Have you ever wondered what it would be like to trade your memories for superpowers? Jake and his friends often spent their weekends gaming together. They loved exploring new virtual worlds, battling monsters, and leveling up their characters. One Saturday afternoon, while browsing the internet for their next adventure, they stumbled upon something unusual, a game called SoulNet. SoulNet promises incredible powers in exchange for your memories and life experiences, read the game's description. Jake, the group's leader, was intrigued. "Hey guys, check this out," he said, pointing to the screen. His friends gathered around as Jake explained how the game worked. "You trade memories and experiences for superpowers," Jake said, excitement building in his voice. "Imagine having the ability to fly or become invisible just by giving up some memories." His friends exchanged uncertain glances. "Is that safe?" Emma asked, biting her lip. "I'm not sure," Jake admitted. "But it sounds too cool to pass up, right?" They decided to give it a try. Setting up their accounts, they entered the virtual realm of SoulNet. The game's interface was sleek and futuristic, drawing them in with promises of adventure and power. At first, everything seemed normal. They completed quests, earned points, and traded minor memories for small abilities like enhanced strength or faster reflexes. But soon, strange things began to happen. One evening, after trading a childhood memory for the ability to manipulate fire in the game, Jake felt a strange warmth in his hands while sitting in his room. He looked down to see wisps of flame dancing around his fingers, even though he hadn't activated the game. "What's happening?" he muttered, trying to extinguish the flames by blowing on them. They vanished as suddenly as they had appeared, leaving Jake bewildered and a little frightened. The next day, Sarah, another friend from the group, reported hearing her grandmother's voice calling her name while she was walking home from school. It was impossible, of course. Her grandmother had passed away 2 years ago. "I think something weird is going on," Sarah confessed to Jake during their next gaming session. "Ever since I traded that memory in SoulNet, I've been hearing things." Jake's brow furrowed with concern. "Maybe we should stop playing," he suggested hesitantly. But curiosity got the better of them. They continued, despite growing unease. As they progressed further into SoulNet, the memories they traded began to affect them more deeply. Dreams became vivid and unsettling. Objects in their homes seemed to move on their own. It was during a particularly intense gaming session that they encountered a cryptic message in the game's chat room. "Beware the Soul Collector." "What's that supposed to mean?" Emma asked, leaning closer to the screen. Jake frowned, searching the internet for any information about the Soul Collector. The results were sparse, just vague references in obscure forums and old urban legends. "I don't like this," Jake admitted, closing his laptop with a decisive snap. "We need to find out what's really going on." The friends agreed to meet up the next day at the local library, hoping to uncover more information about the mysterious Soul Collector. They spent hours poring over dusty books and searching online databases, piecing together fragments of stories and legends. "It says here that the Soul Collector is an ancient entity that feeds on human emotions and memories," Sarah read aloud from a yellowed book on mythology. "It traps souls by luring them into giving up their most cherished memories." "But why would it be in a game?" Emma wondered aloud, flipping through pages of a digital archive. Jake's eyes widened as he read a passage on his screen. "It says here that the Soul Collector can manifest in any form of technology that connects to human consciousness. Computers, smartphones, even virtual reality games." Their hearts sank. They realized that SoulNet was not just a game. It was a gateway, a trap set by the Soul Collector to ensnare unsuspecting players. "We have to stop this," Jake said, his voice determined. "We have to find a way to defeat the Soul Collector and free ourselves from its grasp." With newfound resolve, they returned to SoulNet, armed with knowledge and determination. They navigated through increasingly challenging levels, encountering eerie manifestations of their traded memories and confronting terrifying illusions. Finally, they reached the heart of SoulNet, a virtual realm shrouded in darkness and swirling shadows. There, amidst a labyrinth of virtual corridors, they faced the Soul Collector. It appeared as a shadowy figure, shifting and morphing with every memory it had consumed. Its voice echoed through their minds, tempting them with promises of power and immortality. "We're not afraid of you," Jake declared boldly, stepping forward with his friends at his side. The battle that ensued was fierce and intense. The Soul Collector unleashed waves of psychic energy, manipulating their fears and doubts. But Jake and his friends stood firm, relying on their bond of friendship and the strength of their remaining memories. With a final surge of courage, they launched a coordinated attack, using their combined abilities to weaken the Soul Collector's hold. Slowly, the entity began to fade, dissipating into fragments of digital code. As the last remnants of the Soul Collector dissolved, the virtual realm of SoulNet started to collapse around them. Jake and his friends hurriedly logged out, returning to the real world with hearts pounding and minds racing. They found themselves back in Jake's room, surrounded by the familiar sights and sounds of home. The laptops sat closed on the table, their screens dark and silent. "We did it," Sarah whispered, disbelief coloring her voice. "Yeah," Jake agreed, relief flooding through him. "But we can't forget what we've learned." They had faced their fears and triumphed over a sinister force that had threatened to consume their very identities. As they looked at each other, they knew that their friendship had grown stronger, forged in the fires of a virtual battle against darkness. And as they moved forward, they carried with them a newfound appreciation for the power of memories and the dangers of trading them away for fleeting moments of power. Thanks for listening to Fright Files, the Dark Screen Edition. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for more scary tales.